We're not sure how we're going to do our top tens, are we?
No,
Okay.
I assumed we'd go your 10th guy, my 10th guy, your ninth guy, my ninth guy.
No, that's way too long. Just read your 10, I'll read my 10.
No commentary.
No, there'll be commentary in there.
Just read them and just hit end.
No, I think I'll probably interrupt you, and you'll probably interrupt me.
Okay.
I'm anxious to see.
This is one. You brought this up. This is kind of your idea here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped about it, and it was harder than I thought it would be.
Tough to do.
I started by just writing a list, and I had probably over 20 kids on it. Narrowing that down to 10 wasn't easy, but I did it.
What do you got? You
What do
gonna
I
go
got?
10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
I'm going 10 to 1, and you got to leave the suspense till the end.
Okay, if there is suspense, go.
Okay. 10th, I have Brandon Matlock from Warren Howland. He's a returning state fourth at heavyweight, predicted to be 220 this year.
Okay.
Athlete, good kid.
Nice to see him drop down. I think he's a true 220.
I do too.
I think he was up at heavy. Maybe the team had him there, maybe coming off football. I don't remember, but I think he's a true 220. I think he's going to be a lot more dangerous at 220 because he is athletic.
Yeah.
He could roll around. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. 9, I have Skylar Leisure from Beaver State, 7th. Already started off with a
You're
good
big
weekend.
on him.
I am.
You are. You've been talking about him even at the end of last year. He's a kid. I guess for me, I know his name. I've seen him wrestle. I know his credentials. I gotta spend more time watching him because I respect your opinion when it comes to guys, certainly lightweights, and he's just a guy I got to get to know more. I got to watch more. But
Right.
I mean, you got to figure his workout partners McComas every day, so things are going pretty well
Absolutely.
there. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. So, 8th, I have Anthony Delisio from Canfield. He is state fourth. Just the hard-nosed kid, will to win like almost nobody I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Likes to be challenged, all that stuff. So, he's definitely in my top 10.
Yep.
7th, I have Christian Waite, who's state ranked 5th. Or I'm sorry, he took 5th at state last year from West Branch. 6th, I have Deuce Johnson, who took 3rd last year from Alliance.
6th.
6th.
That's low.
I have him 6th.
That's low.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Deuce, but I think there's...
Put him 6th?
I put him 6th, but the people above him are pretty
You're
solid.
right. And these are like 10 kids out of like a couple hundred.
Right.
Okay, that's
Yeah, I mean, I love Deuce.
Not enough to put him higher than 6th, though.
Well, I tried to go not off just my love for the student athlete.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
This now from probably 6 up, it got a little tricky. I put 5th. I put Jack Del Garbino. I had him from 3rd all the way to 5th.
He's going to be a state champion. You got him 5th. Are there going to be 5 state champions in the league? You think? There might be.
There could be.
I like it. That might be the under/over right there. Wonder what the record is for most state champs in the league.
I like that. That'll be another podcast.
I like it.
Boom. So Del Garbino at 5th. He was state ranked or took 4th last year at state. He's from Girard. 4th, I have Cole McComas, which was, I guess you could say, could be considered controversial because he just lost to Christian, who I have down at 7th. But he took 2nd last year in which he beat Christian on the way to do that.
Yeah.
I just think those are two kids that are going to battle back and forth. And I just, based off of his prior credentials, taking 2nd last year.
You got to lean towards the kid that's been there. I think I agree.
So I have him.
That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, and certainly, that's one of those ones that could go either way. I
Yeah.
could see Christian winning it, and again, they might even be in different weight classes. So,
sure.
Cole at 4th. I have 3rd. I have Gus Sutton, who's took 5th last year at state. One thing that really moved him up for me is AAing at Fargo. I mean, that's
brutal.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, I don't know how many Fargo All-Americans we have, but that'd be something nice that Dom can work on or we can work on as a group. There aren't many.
No,
there aren't many.
There's really not. So he was actually a semifinalist out there. And then 2nd, I went with Gage Willis, state first from Pie Valley. And then 1st, I went with David Crawford, state first from Canfield.
Yeah.
Probably a homer pick. I mean, him and Gage are obviously both returning state champs. I think you could go 1 or 2 there either way. So.
I think it's hard. It's hard to say that one kid is better than the other when they won the state championship, and it's great company to be in.
Sure.
I had a little bit of reverse order. I was kind of scribbling some things down. I'm going to go from top to bottom there, though. I had David at 1. I had Gage at 2. I think that's a 1 and 1A or 1A, 1B, or just tie for one. Can't ever discredit a kid who wins a state championship, not in this sport. I had Del Garbino 3.
Okay.
I have Deuce Johnson 4.
Okay.
And this is why I put Deuce Johnson 4. I tried to treat it this way. If David wasn't at 82, do I think he would win the weight? And I do.
Okay.
Now, maybe a homer pick and Shaw will get mad at me, or maybe Deuce will get mad at me. But I think David.
I think that's fair. I think that's
I think
absolutely
David
fair.
has proven that he's beat him head last year, and he was state champion. But Deuce came back all the way and got third. I think that's something that says something.
But part of mine could be being a homer and liking lightweights. So I put Comus and Gus up.
How many of your top 10 would you consider lightweights?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I have 3.
I only have 4.
Okay, well that's not much of a homer.
No.
Homer's like, well, I guess that is a homer. Okay, I had Deuce 4. I had Gus Sutton 5.
Okay.
AA and all off-season
I guess
stuff
that
puts him there.
AA doesn't mean that much to you.
It does.
Do you put more value on state placement
That's
than
hard.
Fargo
That's
AA?
hard to say because I feel like winning out there is maybe tougher.
Toughest tournament, high school tournament. There
Yeah, it is.
Obviously, it's different styles.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question because I think there's something special about wrestling in the shot too that says it's the culmination of the state series, and that's maybe just as important for our kids as well. I have Tyler Stein 6.
Okay.
I think he was under the radar last year. I think he was a national All-American and at Flow and where else? Super 32 maybe.
It's not Fila Cadets anymore.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
It's
Yeah,
in Akron there.
Sure. So I think he got to Columbus last year. I think that's a big springboard All-American while he was in shape last year. 2 big tournaments, 2 national
And you coach
tournaments.
him in football, so you had the chance to see him kind
And
of
his
blossom
confidence
even more.
is through the roof. And I think that's maybe the most important X factor when you're talking about wrestlers is how confident are they in their stuff, and he's very confident. I have Matlock 7th. I have Cole McComas 8 and Christian 9 right there. I think that's a coin flip. I have Anthony Delisio 10. I'm going to throw an honorable mention out there, and then you could throw on. My honorable mention out there is Jax Leonard.
Yeah.
I don't know what that step from freshman to sophomore years. I think Coach Radcliffe will probably have him ready to go. I'll be anxious to see how he makes the adjustment, and if he continues to get better, he could be in that top 10 for sure.
Yeah. I my honorable mention, I have 5. I know you didn't like that, but it was just too hard.
Okay.
So I had Stein, Jax Leonard, Michael Faree, Michael O'Horo, and Dylan Miller. So I had 5 there.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
All right. And you know what? We're going to take a look at these throughout the course of the year. They're going to change. Certainly don't mean any disrespect to anyone that's not on that list, but this is kind of where we're at based on what happened last year, really, in the offseason, right? We're not doing anything, and we're getting a lot of wrestling ahead of us.
Yeah, maybe revisit it mid-year and then at the end of the year.
I like it.
See how we stack up.
That sounds good. Thanks, guys. That's our top 10.